The night I lost my home began with a key that refused the lock. I turned it twice before the door opened from the inside. My sister stood there, towers of boxes behind her like trophies. Has your family ever taken over the place you pay for? Tell me in the comments. This is her place now, my mother said from the couch. Find somewhere else. She needs space. I stood frozen in the doorway, a rent receipt still in my purse. The apartment I'd been paying for had become their stage. It smelled of cardboard and lemon cleaner. My sister propped herself in the frame like a bouncer. You can take the small stuff tonight, she said. Big things stay. I need the dresser and the desk. The desk is mine, I said steady. Not anymore, she smiled. I'm settled. My mother folded a throw and warned, don't start. We finally have harmony. Harmony, meaning my name gone from the mailbox. My spare key wouldn't fit the lock. In the bedroom I'd painted last spring, her suitcase lay open on my quilt like a claim. You were never meant to have this place, she told me. Be grateful she's letting you pack slowly, my mother added. I wrapped photos and shirts, stuffing them into grocery bags. Her boxes were new, mine were scavenged. My banking app showed autopay, ran that morning, electric, water, internet, all withdrawn from my account. Cancel them, my mother said. You won't need them. Where am I supposed to go? I asked. Silence was the answer. I texted Mara about a couch. She replied with a dress. That was all the hope I got. I packed until the clock passed midnight. My sister posted pillows with the caption fresh start. By the door, my toolbox sat like a dog waiting. I need that, I reached for it. She pushed it away with her shoe. Landlord said no drilling. I could have argued my rights, pointed to the lease, but I saved my breath for the stairs. Mara opened the door and pulled me inside. Sit, she said. You look like you're going to break. On her couch I spread receipts. Rent checks, bank statements, utility emails, months of proof. My phone buzzed with a text from my mother. Don't be dramatic. You've outgrown that place. I didn't reply. I photographed every page I had signed and then slept like someone guarding a door in her head. Morning, I went back for the last box. My sister wore my sweatshirt and called me a squatter. Squatters don't pay, she said. I do, I replied, showing the app. Details, she shrugged. You hide behind details. I didn't hide. I documented. I kept my voice even. On the porch, my mother handed me a sack. Mail for you, she said, turning away. Inside were flyers and a bank notice with my name on it. I slid it into my folder and zipped it shut. If they wanted harmony, I wanted dates and numbers. I told myself I wasn't a storm, I was a ledger. Ledgers don't argue, they balance. Every rent check I'd written was proof, and I kept them all. Mara's couch became a bridge, not a destination. I stacked my documents in a shoebox and inhaled slowly. Day shifts at the print shop, nights at the cafe, tips into an envelope, paychecks into a separate account. I rented a P.O. box near the bus stop, so I'd stop getting surprises at an address they controlled. At lunch, I printed statements and stapled months together. Rent, utilities, deposit, maintenance requests, everything dated and neat. Mara pushed a cup of tea my way. You're building a case, she said. Keep going. My email stayed polite and direct. Subject lines carried month ranges and unit numbers. Downstairs, Mrs. Kelly waved me over, keys jingling, paint under her nails. You pay on time every month, she asked. Yes, I said. I still am, she nodded. Ask management for the tenant ledger and send letters certified. Paper makes people behave. That night, I drafted a simple request. Please confirm rent received and account standing to date. The clerk stamped the green card when I mailed it. Delivery proof, she said. Keep it with the copy. I bought a cheap folder with metal prongs and tabs. Lease, payments, utilities, communications, photos. I added pictures from before they moved in. Fresh paint, a clean stove, meter readings with today's paper. Mara borrowed a handheld scanner from her office, and we fed pages through until the hum felt almost soothing. I muted the family thread and let it fill. Screenshots went into the folder, not my bloodstream. My sister posted a houseplant in the window. I saved the image, timestamp and location untouched. Utilities called asking about an updated contact. I listened and refused authorization, noting the agent's name. On Saturdays, I cleaned for Mrs. Kelly for cash. Numbers beat noise, she said. Use them. The tenant ledger arrived on thick paper. Every check matched. Balance owed, 0. I added bus receipts and 2 weeks of timesheets. Judges like timelines. So does the truth. At work, I hem my voice. Short sentences, clear requests, no spin. I stopped visiting the old building at night. Safety became a plan, not a dare. I changed passwords and set alerts. If anything moved, I wanted pings, not shocks. Head down, records up. The stacks of paper grew louder. Mara tapped the bulging folder and smiled. Good heavy, she said. I slid the ledger in. Not finished, I told her. Ready when finished finds me. I wasn't plotting speeches or fireworks. I was collecting bricks and checking where they fit. When my mother texted be reasonable, I archived it. Reason lives in dates, not wishes. I slept better with labeled tabs and rubber bands at my side. I woke measured, steady, harder to move. On Tuesday, the property office number flashed on my phone. I answered on speaker with Mara beside me. Miss Hart, this is Victor from Crescent Properties. We need to verify a transfer request on your unit, he said. I didn't request a transfer, I replied. Which document, he asked. A tenant transfer addendum, he said. Signed by you last month. Transferring occupancy to your sister. Email the PDF, I told him. It landed in my inbox before we hung up. My name sat on the form in 2 slanted, neat strokes, a signature that could look like mine from a distance. The date matched the week my key stopped working. 2 more forms, contact and autopay updates, also bore that forged name. You didn't sign that, Mara said over my shoulder. Not even close, I said, pulling my lease to compare. My real signature looped, this one stabbed. I called Victor back with both files open. That signature is not mine, I said. We suspected something was off, he answered. The handwriting doesn't match your... If you enjoyed this story or want more, please subscribe to my channel. We also received permission from your mother, he said. An email claimed I'd moved out and handed the unit over. Keep that email with full headers, I told him. I dispute every transfer or authorization. Come by tomorrow at 10 o'clock, he replied. We'll review the originals and pull your ledger. In the conference room, Victor spread the file across the table. Lease renewal, my clean ledger. The bogus addendum. Is this your signature? He asked. No, I answered. Compare page 3 of the lease. He looked and pointed to the mismatch. Forgery nullifies any transfer, he said. He pushed across the printed email from Evelyn Hart. Rachel isn't responsible anymore. We agreed as a family. Please move the unit to her sister for continuity. Family didn't agree, I said, circling the sentence. Family forged. We'll freeze changes pending legal, Victor said. No keys. No mail updates, no utility swaps. Thank you, I said. I'll send a sworn statement today. Back home, I scanned every PDF, saved a duplicate, and named the folder forgery _unit _3B timeline. My mother texted, be reasonable. Don't ruin this. I screenshotted it and filed it under communication. That night, I practiced my sworn statement aloud. Then I wrote the line that mattered. I did not sign the tenant transfer addendum. I did not authorize any change of contact or autopay. The bank notary stamped the page the next morning. The apartment hadn't merely been taken. It had been forged out of me. Friday, 10 a.m. Conference Room B. Victor, attorney on speaker. My mother, my sister, and me. I set my folder down but stayed standing. Short meeting, I said. Dates first, then fixes. Victor tapped the file. We compared signatures and records. The transfer is void. The addendum is forged. My mother inhaled like curtains before a play. You're tearing this family apart over a lease. I didn't tear it, I said. You signed my name. I slid the ledger forward. Rent paid, balance 0. My sister sank into her hoodie. You are hardly here. Payments don't vanish because I worked, I answered. Management restores original occupancy immediately. The attorney read the corrections like a receipt, keys by 4. Mailbox name reinstated today. Utilities revert to the original account holder. He added, unauthorized contact changes rescinded in writing. We agreed as a family. My mother tried again. Family agreements don't overwrite signatures, Victor said. I'll need this in a letter. Possession date, key log, notice to the unauthorized occupant, I said. Unauthorized. I had permission. My sister scoffed. From the person you impersonated, I said. Not permission. Victor slid a draft across the table. Read and initial. We'll file today. Recce at 5, I added. I'll be there. Approved, he said. Escort for personal items only. My mother pleaded, Rachel, keep this private. Private is how this happened, I said. Paper is how this ends. You may file a police report, the attorney noted. I will if needed, I said. Forgery isn't a family spat. Drama queen, my sister muttered. Victor stacked the forged forms into a labeled folder. Quarantine for legal, he said. Do not touch. Anything else, he asked. Yes, a utility statement I can forward. Original account holder, Rachel Hart. No authorized changes by others. My mother whispered, be reasonable. I am, I said. Reason lives in dates, not wishes. Keys at 4 o'clock, rekey at 5. Escort at 5:30, Victor said. In the hallway, my sister grabbed my sleeve. You could have just shared. I did, I said. Every month it's called rent. She let go. I signed the visitor log and picked up my folder. For the first time, they couldn't call me dramatic. They had to call me right. At 4, my sister handed over the keys, eyes on the floor. At 5, the locksmith spun the cylinders clean. New cores, new cards, fresh log, Victor said. Only you and management have access. I nodded. An escort watched while she gathered her things. Only personal items, he reminded her. She didn't argue. By 6 o'clock, the mailbox bore my name again. The label clicked into place like a small verdict. An email arrived at 6:42 p.m. Restoration letter, signed. Utilities confirmed me as the sole account holder by morning. My mother texted, we can still handle this privately. Private made room for forgery, I replied. We're done. I wiped every counter and flung the windows wide. Cardboard and lemon cleaner rode the evening air out. Mara brought takeout and paper cups. To locks that turn the way they should, she said. I set the folder on the kitchen table. A new tab read restoration _unit _3B final. I kept the old tabs too because memory fades. Paper doesn't, neither do boundaries. Mrs. Kelly knocked and left a spare door chain. Add this, she said. Numbers beat noise, but hardware helps. I rehung my prints in quiet, patient lines, not to stake a claim, but to recognize what was already mine. I changed every password and shredded old copies. Autopay reset. Alert switched on. Forwarding removed. Notes dated. On Saturday, I bought a small plant for the sill. Not for symbolism, oxygen. Still, it looked like a beginning. Therapy started Tuesdays at 7:30. We said the words, fraud, coercion, displacement, return. I keep hearing be reasonable. I told her, reason is what got you here, she answered. Dates and facts. Work hours normalized. The envelope grew an emergency label. Quiet returned, heavier and finally on my side. A letter from management confirmed the file was complete. No balance owed. No disputes pending. I framed it and set it on the shelf. When my mother sent a holiday photo, I didn't reply. Silence isn't revenge. It's a locked door I pay for. My sister texted, you could have shared. We're done sharing keys. I wrote back. I stood in the doorway that used to reject me. The key turned smooth, like a sentence without doubt. This apartment isn't just walls or paperwork. It's proof I belong where I've already paid to stand. I watered the plant and watched the window fog. For the first time, the room fit me. Exactly. If you've ever been forced out of what you built, you are not alone. Before saying goodbye, if this story touched your heart, please give it a like and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe for more true family betrayal stories that reminds us we are stronger than we.